Welcome to the Midlife Leap, a lifestyle talk show for women in midlife. I'm your host, Sanita Johnson, and I am excited to share tips and interviews on topics ranging from business, career, current news, fashion, shopping, health, travel, and so much more. And also, because I'm known as the Midlife Leap Coach, from time to time I'll share some of my signature Midlife Leap coaching tips. So come on, ladies, let's reignite and reimagine our Midlife Leap journey together. Let's keep it healthy and get more B's and D's. As we age, regardless of our efforts to get our nutrients from a balanced diet of lean meats, whole grains, fruits, and vegetables, our diets will generally fall short of vitamin B12 and vitamin D3. It is best, of course, to get all of our nutrients, as much as possible at least, from our foods, but B12 and D3 are much more difficult to get from our diets as we age because we don't absorb B12 and D3 from the natural forms like we did when we were younger. Now, both are vital for our health. D12 is essential for nerve function, which is associated with depression, dementia, cognitive function, and anemia. D3 helps to build a strong immune and respiratory system, which of course is vital during these COVID-19 times. Now I know what you're thinking. I can just lay out in the sun and get my vitamin D, right? Well, we don't get much from the sun because our aging body doesn't turn sunlight into vitamin D like it used to. But the good news is that there are quality supplements on the market. But as with any changes to your diet, you should speak to your doctor first. All right, ladies, let's keep it healthy and get those B's and those D's. Jennifer Dent Brown is a certified transformative life and weight loss coach. She's host of a widely popular podcast and founder of the quickly growing brand Stop Dieting Forever. Are you excited? I know you are, because Jennifer's decades-long struggle with her own weight has blossomed into a company with a mission to help women get off the weight loss struggle and arrive at an ideal weight. She disproves the belief that weight loss is a struggle through private coaching, group programs, general wellness education, and much needed support. Jennifer, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you, Sanita, for having me. I am honored to be here to talk to your audience about weight loss.
And I know they're excited because this is a huge issue. It's easy to lose weight by not eating, and nobody wants to do that. But how do women, how will they keep the weight off?
So the one thing that I teach is, and this is the basis of my program and my process, that we always believe, we've been taught, in order for us to lose weight, we gotta restrict ourselves. We gotta cut calories, we gotta exercise more. And we probably did that in our 20s, and it might have worked. In our 30s, it might have still worked a little bit, but after a couple of kids, you cross the 50-yard line, and the weight just doesn't come off as easily as it used to. What I teach is a different approach to weight loss. So instead of trying to approach weight loss in the way of not eating and trying to exercise more, and especially when your hormones are doing things that they weren't used to doing and things aren't happening the same, we've got to start thinking differently about weight loss. We've got to start approaching weight loss from a mindset versus let me just try to eat less and exercise more. And that's just what society has taught us, that we lose weight, that is not sustainable. We can lose the weight that way, but we can't keep it off.
Now, I have friends years ago, I'm sure you remember the lemon cayenne, was it cayenne?
Oh, the cayenne diet,
yeah.
Yes.
And I remember thinking with my friends, where everybody was doing it, it's you're going to deprive yourself, but when you go back to your normal eating habits, you're going to gain more weight, and I want to be proven correctly in that.
Yes. Girl, I have done it all. That was a master cleanse, which was made very popular by Beyonce because she said that she did that at one point to get ready for her shows. And so whatever Beyonce does must be okay. But it was like lemon juice, cayenne pepper, honey, and that's all you drink for like 14 days. You know, I've done the detox diet. I've done all the diet center programs. I did all the Beachbody programs. I did Whole 30. I mean, I did all of them. And it would work for like a couple of pounds, but then my mindset was never aligned with thinking long term. It wasn't aligned with longevity. And so what I now call these sneaky self-sabotaging thoughts would pop back in, like, oh, I deserve a treat. I've been really good this week. I'm just gonna take a little break. And I'm just gonna have a little extra bite of this. This is really good. And those like very innocent thoughts, and you're like, well, just a bite isn't gonna like mess up my weight loss progress. Yeah, it really will, because all those little bites add up to just slow down weight loss. And so when we see our progress slow down, our motivation slows down, and then we find ourselves right back in the same place where we started. And so this is why the success of my program and why so many of my clients are losing weight is because we don't start with the actions, we start with the thought process. We start with creating and cultivating the mindset of the person who weighs your goal weight. So when you can start thinking like her, you start making decisions like her, and you start eating more like her, more consistently. And then you'll see the weight begin to fall off.
It's funny because my hubby to be was saying that about her relatives. Like she had like 3 cheat days in a week. He's like, that's not a diet. But so we deprive ourselves trying to lose weight, and nobody wants to do that because that seems like punishment. So we want to. So what is it that you do that's different than like Jenny Craig or whatever? What is it what's your secret nugget?
My secret sauce. I'm so glad you asked that question. So I do not give my clients a generic eating plan. I don't tell you what to eat. There is this thing called bioindividuality. It's where your body reacts differently to foods than my body. So like what you eat to lose weight is going to be different from what I eat to lose weight. This is why Beyonce can lose weight following a plant-based diet. And when I tried the Beyonce plant-based diet, I ended up gaining weight, right? So everyone loses weight differently. And this is based off genetics, your environment, your age, your hormones. And so again, what you did to lose weight when you were 30 may not necessarily work as well when you're 50. So we go into it understanding that you get to decide what works best for you. And one of the things that is so fascinating that happens to women, especially if we've been dieting for a long time or always like trying to lose weight, we are so out of touch with our own physical bodies. We are so out of touch with our own innate hunger signals. And our brains are just like animals, just like a baby. If you've ever tried to like feed a baby, and when they're done with that bottle or that nipple, they're like, mouth is shut. They're moving their head left to right. Like you can't give them any more food. That is their natural appetite, right? Their natural appetite control. We have lost in touch with that. So as we have gotten older and we depend on our emotions, we let our emotions drive all of the times we want to eat. So what is different is that one, I'm helping you uncover those sneaky self-sabotaging thoughts that are causing you to overeat because of your emotions. Two, we're getting back in touch with our body's true hunger signals. So we can hear when we're like, okay, we are physically hungry, not emotionally needing something, but we're like physically hungry. I teach you how much to eat, right? What does that look like? Not like a supersized giant portion that we're used to eating, but intuitively knowing how much food your body needs in that moment. So when you put all of these things together, you don't need to follow a cookie cutter diet. You are very clear on how your body releases weight, what you need to consume to be energetic, to be buoyant, to feel good throughout your day to day. And once you get that, it's like that's it. That's it. That is it. That is how you lose the weight, and that is how you keep it off forever.
Sounds like you're advocating something I've been speaking on for a long time. Like, I think diet automatically, people get a negative thought or negative connotation, but if you think of a balanced lifestyle, a balanced eating, I'm not sure where I'm trying to go with that, but I probably get it.
Yeah. There is understanding what works for you, right? I eat French fries all the time, right? And it's not a problem for me to eat because I love French fries. Like, that's my thing. It's not a problem for me to eat French fries. It's not a problem for me to eat a burger. Whereas before, I would feel so guilty about, oh my God, I'm eating a burger. This is going to make me fat. This is going to mess up my whole thing. Right now, it's like I understand the ebbs and the flows, the waves and of how my body reacts to food and my weight. And so I just naturally adjust as I go day to day. And that is how someone who is their natural goal weight, like, that is how people live. That's how we live. We don't follow a plan thinking, okay, I've got to eat 1,600 calories today. Or we're not like trying to go to the gym and do an extra 30 minutes because we ate too much at happy hour the night before. Right? It's just like you understand the natural flow of your body, and you know how you want to feel, and you know what foods get you there. So that is what I help you do, is understand your own bio individuality, how to like break that down, understand it, and apply it.
And you're not punishing yourself.
Right? So that goes to the mindset, right? So when I talked about in the beginning, we start with you creating the mindset of someone who weighs your goal weight. Well, are you never going to eat a piece of cake ever again? Like, no, of course not. Right? So you've got to understand how to eat the cake and not freak out if the scale goes up a little bit the next day, right? But when you're in that flow of your understanding your own body, it's not a problem. You're like, oh, of course. Scale's gone up. I just ate cake and I had a cocktail, and I'm okay with that because that is a decision that I intuitively made instead of emotionally made. And that's all right. So I'm going to go on about my day and, as you said, rebalance the eating going forward. And then you keep going.
I know we don't have a lot of time, so I'm just wondering, okay, how do you, obviously, I'm guessing initially you speak to the client, you get to understand, you probably find out what weight they want, what is their current eating habit, what are their current eating habits, and okay, you said you don't tell them what to eat, so you find out why they're eating what they're eating, the reason why, and then you help them understand that, and that helps them change.
That is the beginning of the process, 100%, right? Because we have these eating habits that are on autopilot. We just think, okay, after work, I have a glass of wine. That's what I do. It's how I relax. It's like not even a thought. Or when you're cooking dinner, you're just always pacing. It's just not even a thought. So the first thing that I help you do, and remember I talked about the mindset is like the first thing, is being aware of those thoughts that are causing you to stay in this habit loop of like drinking when you're not drinking for relaxation, or eating when you're feeling stressed out, or eating when you're feeling lonely, or the bites, the licks, and the taste, that's what I call them, the BLTs, right? Doing that consistently throughout the day. Or why are you like running to go get a handful of almonds, after you have a meeting with your manager every day? Like just becoming aware of those actions, and then what is the thought behind that is driving those actions. And then once you're aware, then you can like decide, okay, do I still want to go downstairs and get a handful of nuts because I just finished a conversation with my manager? Or are you like, wait a second, I think Jennifer said that might keep some weight on me. So I'm going to choose to go out for a walk instead to decompress instead of throwing a handful of nuts down my throat.
And the key word is decide.
Yes.
Yeah.
Having the awareness first and then deciding to choose something different.
Okay. So can you give me I guess a 4-step, your 5-step plan quickly? I'm I'm stuttering. You meet
Mhm.
the client, you find out how with their current diet, we went through that. And then you said you help them understand why they're eating what they're eating. And then
Yeah.
what's the next step?
So helping them become aware of those sneaky self-sabotaging thoughts. What are those like habits that they have, but they don't understand why they do them? So that's like the first thing. Second thing we do is then we create an eating plan. So once you're aware of what you're thinking when you're eating, then or your habits that aren't helping you lose weight, then you create your own eating plan based off of what is realistic for you. So if you're an ice cream eater and you like, I gotta have my ice cream every day, like, like you take away my ice cream, it's a problem. I'm like, fine. Your brain is automatically still thinking like a dieter. So we're just going to plan to have the ice cream ahead of time. And we're just going to put that in your eating plan. And you're going to intentionally eat the ice cream, right? But you're going to plan for it at least 24 hours in advance. Anything other than that, you're potentially eating because of your emotions. So we're going to practice eating more intentionally versus emotionally. And we do that every single week. So we plan every single week, and then we're tracking your weight alongside it. So your weight is going to be the marker or the indicator of like, how we doing? What are we thinking? What's happening? So we track the average weight every week. We don't track the daily weight. So we're looking at your averages. You should be losing a half a pound to a quarter pound a week. A lot of my clients in the beginning lose a pound and a half a week average, which is great. But you want to be trending down. And if you're not trending down, it's like, okay, so what's happening? Like, let's just go back and be a detective, figure out, what are we thinking? What are we doing that is causing us to eat where our weight is not going down?
So you're creating a new eating habit, a new way of living. Because so many people, they sign up for weight loss programs and it's very temporary. This sounds like it's long-term. How long does a program work with you? Does it vary per person?
Yeah, so right now, if you want to work with me and follow the Stop Dieting Forever process and learn it, you will join my Lose Your Next 10 Pounds Without Dieting 30-day boot camp, where I teach you the process in 30 days. And it's a group program. I offer it 4 times a year. You can go to my website and get on the wait list if I'm not offering one right now. But that is where you learn the foundation. That's where you learn all the tools, the strategies, everything I throw at you. No exercise is required. People are like, wait a second, boot camp? And I'm like, no, it's a mental boot camp. So you join the boot camp, and most people lose up to 10 pounds in 30 days. So we set a goal at the beginning. You work through the process every day, every week. You're losing or gaining, and we tweak and we go back and we figure it out. Now, most people have more than 10 pounds that they want to lose. So I've created what I call the Stop Dieting Forever membership, where you can continue on like mastering the tools and the strategies that I teach during the boot camp within a group environment. So that is the option. It's only open to people who have gone to the boot camp. Okay. And then if you're a boot camper and you're in the membership and you still want to, like, I need help, like I want one-on-one specific coaching, you can coach with me one-on-one.
And these are virtual, in person?
Virtual sessions. Yeah, everything is virtual.
Perfect. I'm excited to tell a few of my friends about you.
Please do.
Jenny Craig, but this sounds like something more long-term. I love that.
Yeah. I'm all about longevity, because like once I got past the vain thinking of like, oh, I need to be a size 6. And I really started thinking about, oh, how do I want to live the rest of my life? How do I want to feel the day before I die? Do I want to be like sick with tubes hooked up to me, or do I want to be vibrant and healthy and just like pass away in my sleep?
And that's what I tell people. A lot of people, like, everybody does not need to be skinny. Stop.
Yes. You just want to be healthy.
Yes. Feel good about yourself. It's like, I was really underweight a long time ago. Believe me, it's not fun. I went on a weight gain diet when I was in my 20s or 30s. I can't even remember anymore. Being underweight is not good. It's not healthy, and it's definitely not cute. So please tell me, how can clients reach you?
Yeah, so you guys can go to my website, jenniferdent.com, and you can find all the stuff to work with me, or you can find me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram all the time at Jennifer Dent Brown.
Thank you so much for joining us, and I'm excited to send people to you.
Yeah, look, learning how to lose weight without dieting is a game changer. It's a game changer.
Yes. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Thank you, Sunita.